Hello everyone, this is Lucia Lurk. I am a second year student at the ISL, and today I'm going to be talking to you about strategies and techniques to produce a literary translation. The reason why I chose to review this topic is because I am a translation student myself. I aspire to become a professional translator, and I wanted to delve deeper into what is necessary, what knowledge I need to have before becoming a professional translator and help my fellow translation students along the way. So, literary translation can be described in simple words as producing a text into a different language than the one it was originally written into. Now, literary texts are not only fiction, they can vary from poems, newspaper articles, essays, memoirs, and more. The professor Tamara Kazakova suggests that before translating this type of text, to see them as non-determined. This is in order to find better equivalents and regulations. When working with literary text, it is usual to find cultural elements, which means that several words or phrases may not have an equivalent in the target language. So the job of the translator here is to avoid translating any cultural biases of their own. Usually what they do is give the same word with the same original meaning. Now, some translation techniques and strategies that can be applied when translating literary text. There is literal translation. This is word by word and it keeps the same structure as the source. This is not very effective when translating literary text because it can lead to sentences that do not make sense or are not grammatically correct in the target language. There is also borrowing, also known as loan words. Borrowing uses the same word and meaning into the translation. Sometimes the words are orthographic, or then there is borrowing. Borrowing is also known as loan words, and it uses the same word and meaning into the translation. When borrowing words, they are usually orthographically corrected in order to fit the target language, but it keeps always the same meaning. We have calque. Calque is very similar with borrowing. Calque describes a concept in the same words of the source. The difference here being that calque can adapt to grammatical structures of the target language. Then there is also formal equivalence. Formal equivalence carries the original message in form and content. This technique is very similar to literal translation, in which the word matches the target languages, regardless of meaning. Now, in order to become professional translators, trainees need to learn certain abilities to deal with the challenge of translation. Communicative skills to be able to perceive and reproduce different types of text, linguistic capacities to apply knowledge of a language system, text forming to create different types of text in two languages and its different stylistic features, and technical in order to apply theoretical knowledge and be able to explain them. That is all. Thank you very much for listening.